Maisie Williams was only 12 when she landed the role of Arya Stark on HBO's Game of Thrones, and for nearly a decade, we watched her grow up right in front of our eyes.
Your name is?
Arya.
Today, she's a strong, fearless feminist with an established acting career and a future that looks as bright as can be. This is the stunning transformation of Maisie Williams. Maisie Williams grew up in Bristol, England, the youngest of 4 children.
My parents divorced when I was 4 months old. I really was the icing on the cake of a terrible marriage.
Born Margaret Williams, she was given the nickname Maisie when she was still just a kid. The name is taken from a pushy little girl in The Perishers, a British comic strip. In 2015, Williams told Evening Standard that she was always close with her siblings, but they were all rather competitive. At least they weren't spoiled, or, as she puts it, there weren't bags of money to go around. Her family reportedly couldn't afford acting lessons for Williams while she was growing up, but perhaps they weren't all that necessary. Williams claims she always had an innate knack for performing. I love to do funny accents and make my mom, my stepdad, and brothers and sisters laugh. It's just something that I really enjoyed. You know what else Maisie Williams really enjoyed? Dancing.
From as young as I can remember, I have dreamed of becoming a professional dancer.
Before her Game of Thrones audition, she took a few local dance classes and enrolled at Bath Dance College, a performing arts school devoted to offering affordable training to young talent. That training helped her pull off a lot of the stunt work required by Game of Thrones. It sounds like Williams would have pursued a full-time career in dance if a certain medieval fantasy show hadn't come along. In 2016, she told The Guardian, "I'd probably be living in London in someone's spare bedroom trying to be a dancer and getting by on nothing." It's hard to imagine anyone but Maisie Williams ever playing Arya Stark, but things could have turned out very differently if it weren't for Susan Hill's School of Dancing. At the age of 10, Williams started taking dance lessons there, a development that turned out to be truly life-changing. In a 2011 interview with Winter is Coming, she revealed, "After I'd been there a while, Sue suggested I attend a talent show in Paris. I came away from this with an agent and an audition with Pippa Hall, a children's casting director, for Nanny McPhee 2. When she was first offered the chance to audition for Arya, she apparently wasn't too wild about the idea, mostly because she was still pretty upset about not getting Nanny McPhee 2. But it sounds like she got over that hump pretty quickly when she really sank her teeth into the part. All auditions are good experience, so I went along, and after the first audition in London, I knew I wanted to be Arya." Maisie Williams has been a bona fide fan favorite ever since Game of Thrones premiered in 2011. A lot of that had to do with her natural charisma, and the fact that she was highly dedicated to the role. In her interview with Winter is Coming, she opened up about learning how to use a sword with her left hand in order to stay true to her character. With a little help from her parents, she eventually got it down more or less. As she explains, "I wanted to get it right, but was not able to use my left hand all of the time because of camera angles, so Arya is now a little ambidextrous." All that hard work paid off. In 2015, Williams won a Saturn Award for her performance, and the following year, she was nominated for her first Emmy. As she told People, she heard the news through social media.
"I found out in the best way. I was FaceTiming my mum. A little notification from Twitter came up."
And how did she celebrate? The legal drinking age in the UK is 18, but Williams happened to be in the States at the time. She posted a photo to Instagram in which she's holding a handful of water bottles, saying, "Celebrating the way any 19-year-old Emmy-nominated actress would, in the state of California." Growing up in front of the camera hasn't always been easy for Williams. Her teenage years were made difficult by the intense level of scrutiny she was forced to endure. As she explained to The Guardian, "Trying to juggle other people's opinions on who you are and how you should act, that's difficult just because you're desperately trying to find your own identity." Williams has an extremely strong online presence, with 11.6 million followers on Instagram and 2.85 million on Twitter as of the making of this video. When you're that popular, you're bound to fall victim to cyberbullies, and sometimes the trolls can really get to her. As she told The Guardian, "The comments still hurt just as much, whether it's one person, whether it's everyone in your school, whether it's everyone in the London area." Suffice to say, she had plenty of experience to draw upon when she starred in the 2015 TV movie Cyberbully, playing a teenager tormented by an online hacker.
No, please don't!
Williams' hectic work schedule has kept her out of school for the most part, but she didn't find education particularly inspiring in the first place.
I went to a very ordinary school. I got very ordinary grades. I wasn't quite good enough to get a gold star.
She ultimately decided against taking her GCSE exams, which are academic assessment tests for students in the UK. She and her mom faced backlash for that decision too. According to Evening Standard, Williams' mother remarked, "Maisie was given a lot of opportunities that we didn't feel we could turn down to concentrate on education. But the actress refused to let other people dictate how she lived her life." She told the Irish Times that her acting opportunities wouldn't have been possible if she'd stayed in school. "I'm not sorry. I realized leaving school that I was leaving behind a lot of people who wanted to see me fall." As Williams has gotten older, she's developed a fiercely protective attitude toward teenagers. In 2018, she told Elle, "We are the future, with our vlogging and phones and all that." In that same interview, she confessed that she lives for social media, particularly YouTube. She even revealed her favorite YouTuber to the magazine. "Jenna Marbles making a soap bed for her dog, that's what I want to watch."
You like it? He hates it.
At the end of the day, Williams doesn't think people give teenagers enough credit. Speaking to Evening Standard, she said, "There's the stigma that we can't do it before you've even given teenagers a chance. So many of my friends are so passionate and so willing and want to work in this world and do great things with their lives." Maisie Williams' outspoken nature has turned her into a feminist icon. It doesn't hurt that she's so closely associated with Arya Stark, a young woman who certainly isn't afraid to fight back against the sexist world of Westeros.
The time in which Game of Thrones is set, women were treated particularly awfully.
Speaking to the Irish Times, she said, "Show business is a very shallow industry. It's only now I'm starting to realize the characters that are available to me because of the way I look and the characters that aren't available to me." But she realizes the issue extends well beyond Hollywood, telling The Guardian, "I know things aren't perfect for women in the UK and in America, but there are women in the rest of the world who have it far worse." And in an interview with Evening Standard, she revealed why she'll always be grateful for Game of Thrones. "I've been lucky enough to play a very great female character from a young age who is a fantastic role model for girls." Williams is a passionate animal rights activist. As a global ambassador for Rick O'Barry's Dolphin Project, she's been outspoken about the harsh treatment of these marine mammals, telling The Hollywood Reporter, "These animals travel the ocean. That's why they explore daily. No tank will be big enough. No tank will ever be deep enough, ever be exciting enough." Williams thinks it's important not to back down from the issues that impact our planet. Regarding the Dolphin Project, she said, "It was something that just struck a chord in my heart, and I'm a firm believer that if there is something that you really want to stand up and fight for, then you should." So just how serious is she about the Dolphin Project? Well, she's basically willing to risk it all.
I was raising money for 2 charities, one of which is called the Dolphin Project, and the second is called MenCap Charity.
In 2015, she raised over $1,000 for the Dolphin Project by doing a charity skydive. Now that's dedication. Living in the spotlight isn't for the faint of heart, and while plenty of stars like Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas allow the public into their personal lives through social media, other celebs like Maisie Williams prefer to keep their personal lives personal. In 2016, Williams opened up to InStyle UK about her boyfriend, but she kept the details to a minimum, simply saying, "We've been together for over a year. I guess you could say things are getting pretty serious." InStyle reported that she and her beau made their first public appearance in 2017 at a premiere party for Game of Thrones' 7th season. The lucky man turned out to be an old classmate of Williams named Ollie Jackson. He later posted a photo of he and Williams to Instagram alongside the caption, "What can I say? I like the way you're put together." So are they still an item? Hard to say. They haven't appeared on one another's social media profiles since 2018. And you thought Arya was resourceful. In 2018, Maisie Williams teamed up with entrepreneur Dom Santry in order to create Daze, a platform for creators to network and collaborate within a social media setting.
How can an artist work with no water?
In a statement about the app's development, Williams said she wanted to create an environment where young creatives, particularly women, will have a real opportunity to get their work out there. Talking to TechCrunch, she explained,
So we want to inspire the next generation to be more creative and work with other people on the app and connect with other people in their area.
In April 2019, Williams appeared on The Tonight Show to discuss the launch of the app, describing how Daze allows creatives to pair up with like-minded collaborators.
And then you can find someone, if you want to do a music video, you'll be able to find people who like shoot music videos, or someone who has a concept or maybe a piece of art that you want to create an idea around.
After we all watched Williams grow up on Game of Thrones, it's sometimes hard to remember she's a grown woman. Perhaps that's why it came as such a shock to audiences that, as of Game of Thrones' 8th season, Arya was suddenly interested in getting busy.
We're probably going to die soon. I ought to know what it's like before that happens.
The plot development came as a total surprise to Williams. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, she said she didn't initially think the script was real. At first, I thought it was a prank. I was like, yo, good one. And the showrunners were like, no, we haven't done that this year. Oh, According to Williams, the showrunners let her have complete control over how much she wanted to reveal on camera. As far as nudity was concerned, she decided that less was more, explaining to Entertainment Weekly, I don't think it's important for Arya to flash. This beat isn't really about that, and everybody else has already done it on the show. Now that Game of Thrones has wrapped, Maisie Williams is focusing her attention on exciting new projects. She had her stage debut in October 2018 at Hampstead Theatre, playing troubled teenager Caroline in Lauren Gunderson's I and You.
You can tell walking around, everyone loves working here.
As for what attracted her to the role, Williams told The Guardian, reading the script was like reading text on my phone from when I was at school. What's exciting about it is how much it resonated with me as a young human in the world today. There have been plenty of other opportunities for Williams to act on stage in the past, but she always turned them down. She revealed to The Guardian, it would have been too much, moving to a new city like that, to a new country, and then to be doing 8 shows a week on Broadway when I've never been on stage before, it just wasn't right. But these days, things are different, and the sky's the limit. We have no idea where Williams will wind up next, but we're sure she's bravely charging towards wild, uncharted territory. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite stars are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.